I just want to be to a place where I don't have to work for an employer anymore. That's my overall goal. To be working my own company, to be getting booked, to go speak and to educate other places, and to be able to travel, because I've been number one on Google for like over 2 years. Whenever a dementia company is looked up, I'm number one on Google. So that really has me in a high ranking spot for a good while now.
Yes.
But I just want to keep doing better, and I just want to see my sales coming in.
Yeah, it's coming. When you said, you're hoping for something in the year, it was like bells and whistles were going off in my head. It's like that's very obtainable for you at the rate that you're going right now. And when you are on stage, they're showing me that you have such a presence that you really bring people in and bring people together, and it's like they're hanging on every word that you're saying. You're so knowledgeable and you're so passionate.
Yes, and I've had a speaking event already before. I couldn't believe I spoke a whole hour and a half nonstop. I couldn't believe it.
Yes.
I was speaking for one of my books that I published, and oh my gosh, and then it ended up being a consultation at the end and a book signing.
Yes.
I mean, it was so amazing. And I know a lot of those people took my company to the press because they told me a couple of their names, like, oh, I remember her, because people came from different places to support their loved ones in the retirement center that I did the speaking event in the theaters, and it was so very amazing. So I'm just hoping to be able to book some speaking events before this year is over that I can do, and next year I want to be booked out in everything I possibly can be booked out in for next year to come. So that's something that I've been working on.
Yes. What I'm being shown is to continue doing these bookings, these teachings, these lectures. And then once you have a few of those under your belt, then you can continue getting all of those extra credentials. It's like they're showing me that these speaking engagements are critical to getting the kind of business that you want. And it's not so much as important for you to have those extra credentials right now. Like, if there's anything that you can kind of put to the side and go, okay, I'm just going to take a deep breath and I'm not going to worry about that right now, that's one of those things.
Because I was thinking, if I couldn't get that money, it wasn't supposed to be for me to get it right now to worry about that trainer credentials, because I'm already an educator in my company. That'll be those leads that I have. If they trust me and they love what I do in my company, they'll stay with me. And when I release it next year, I'm just seeing April next year that I'll be able to release the certification seminar for the caregivers. I just keep seeing April for some reason that I'll be able to release that. And the CEU credit for the courses will come behind that. But I'm really concerned about the speaking engagement, because that's where the big money is, the speaking engagements, getting them booked for this year and getting booked out for 2025. I don't have to worry about the book signings, but because I already have those booked out. So I'm just concerned with the speaking events and getting my consultations. And I believe that the speaking events, when I do the speaking events, I'll be doing consultations at the end, like I did at the other speaking event that I've done. So do you see me getting any speaking events for this year, or they all will be for next year?
I see you getting at least one for this year, but a lot of them are going to come in next year. So, and Alicia, we're coming down to the last 30 seconds of our show. This has been an amazing conversation with you. I hope it's been helpful, and I wish you so much luck. You're going to be so fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Good night.
All right, everyone, that does it for me. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful long weekend. Enjoy yourself, and I will see you next week.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Eleanor Gray's Psychic Destiny with Eleanor Gray. Live from GraceDestiny.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Eleanor Gray's Psychic Destiny on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello there, hi everyone, and welcome here. Eleanor Grace is with you. I'm Eleanor, and I will be doing some wonderful free readings for you guys here tonight in the UK and in the afternoon in the USA. So, and some parts obviously in the morning. So we cover all day. Now, I'm a psychic medium and have been for 35 years. Now, these are cards that I use during the readings that I will give to you. Now, mostly the readings are all about clairvoyance and connecting to you personally, and also wanting to connect through to the future, seeing what's happening in your future. Where are you going to? Who you're going to meet? Who is going to be so very important to you in the coming weeks and months and years, in fact. And we do also have angel guides that are with us, and those angel guides tend to follow in our footsteps, really, and shadow our movements and guide us through to new possibilities and to new beginnings. And that's what we'll be looking for as well in the crystal ball, which I'll bring through a little later in the show. And also, if you wanted to have more of an in-depth picture as to how your life is progressing, then why not try an email reading with me personally? They're $25. You can get them order them through my website, and that's GraceDestiny.com. Just go to the psychic store and you'll see all the products there. But an email reading is marvelous because you've actually got everything in writing, and you will see a selection of the cards that you've chosen for your reading. 2 questions, and there you have it. You can see exactly what is happening in your life and in your future. Why don't you try it? A lot of people do. Now, you can also book straight with me on my psychic readings page. Again, website has got everything there for you at GraceDestiny.com. Now, I'm shuffling my cards, really getting ready here for Tamara in Dayton, Ohio. Hello, Tamara, and welcome. Tamara, is that Tamara? Yeah, we'd say Tamara here.
All right.
Tamara.
Yes,
we do that. Yeah, okay. That spelling is spelled Tamara here in the UK. So I'm going to call you Tamara. Very posh, very elevated. Okay. Tamara. So I'm Eleanor Grace. Now I'm shuffling cards ready here for your reading, connecting through to you. And I'm just going to take a couple of readings to get straight into your circumstances. So let's take a couple of cards here. Straight into your reading. Well, you've got the World here. Now, the World card is all about expansion, and that's what you're needing at the moment. And I was looking at your horizon as I was connecting through to your name here, and it was very bright. I think your aura is very bright, and you've got a lot of communication in you. So there's a lot of things that you want to say to a lot of people. I can see you with passions in your heart and wanting to explore new dimensions as well. So I do feel that there is that psychic sense in you, not just curiosity, but a little bit more than that, where you want to find out where your place is challenges in the world and in the dimensions that come with the world. Is that correct? Is that how you feel, Tamara?
Yes, I'm a writer.
Okay. Sorry, say again?
I'm an author. I write books.
Okay, all right. So your world is really going to be creative. That communication is strong, and I feel that there's just this three-dimensional aspect around you. So everything that you're considering doing, perhaps in your work as well, has got this sense of you being able to see different levels, different layers in people and in their circumstances. And I feel with you that the devil is in the detail in your work. So you're really going to be trying very, very hard to get things absolutely right and to understand where you are heading to at this particular time. I feel that there's new contracts, but there are some stoppages here that seem to be coming in and around your future right now. There's groups of people as well, maybe associations that you belong to, networking of different colleagues and perhaps groups again that you share a lot of, not your work with, but a lot of your experience with. So the things in common. And I do feel that that's a really positive area. And there's work that comes through here, Tamara, from that area. But I feel as well that there's going to be some sort of disruption. There's disruption at the base root of these networking sort of facilities. So just watch yourself and don't get too involved, even though you're passionate. I think your passion should go into your reading now and into your work, into your books and your writing. Now, this is a card here that I really do want to show to you. This is all about making sure that you are being challenged as well emotionally. This is the Knight of Cups, so this is about rediscovering who you are as well. And that rediscovery does actually include looking long and looking hard into your own heart, your own emotions, your own feelings. There's somebody here who I feel that you're a little bit disjointed with and that you're not in perfect harmony with. None of us are with a partner. I mean, that's part of being together. But I do feel with you that you want it to be a little bit more magical in your relationship than you're feeling. Are you on your own at the moment?
I am torn between two people.
That's what it is.
One is Johnny Depp.
Well, you see, this card here is one of the lovers, really. It's saying to you, come on, you know what you want, you know what you're going to get, but you want that magic, and that's what I can see. You don't want dependable, yes, everything's going to be the same tomorrow as it was today. You want to have that bit of magic inside you that makes you feel good, it makes you really want to live and to be alive and not just, really sort of tread the boards. So here you've got one of the men that I can see here. Let's see who else is around you. Yeah, see, August, very important time. Is it your birthday? When is your birthday? Okay. I do feel that August is a time where you can absolutely make up your mind and make a decision. So the Emperor as well. Now I've got him being the stable one, the one that is right by your side and wanting to maintain, that sort of dignity and just, keeping up for everybody else's sake, I suppose, pride and integrity. But it's boring, isn't it? It's boring and it's the same. So this choice here between the two men, I feel is so very difficult for you because there's qualities in each of them which are Fabulous. And you want some of each?
One is Johnny Depp.
Hello? What?
One is Johnny Depp.
Okay. All right, then. Well, this is the magic, isn't it, Tamara? The magic quality that you want from each of these individuals. And I think that you're sort of going to take a little pinch of that, and a little pinch of that, and put them together. And that's what you need to do. You need to be really focused here on what it is that you need, because that's what is coming through. Now, we have the crystal ball. I'm going to show the crystal ball to everyone because it's such a wonderful tool that I use to bring in spirit and to also give you some guidance. And let's see this pathway that is ahead. Now, we will be making some wishes for you to bring some excitement into your life and to make it real. You know, just have our feet on the ground, make it real, look at real people in our lives and enjoy the laughter as well that is to come in. Now, I do have you wanting to reach up high, very ambitious, and feeling as though you can have the world. You know, Tamara, this is where you were right at the beginning of your reading, and that is reaching out for the world and wanting to see, you know, so many opportunities that will come through. So here, I feel that you are having some choices that you perhaps may well feel have been a little bit sort of altered, but you have a sure-footed way forward. Lovely to speak to you, Tamara. Angela, you're through to Eleanor Grace here on the line. How are you, Angela?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, good. Yes, well, I'm all the way over here in the United Kingdom, in London, and of course we've got major celebrations coming up this weekend with the coronation of King Charles. So lots of people are taking holidays here, so it's all fun atmosphere and everybody's looking forward to a bit of a holiday break. So I think everybody that's surrounding me at the moment is very positive. So Angela, let's have a look at you now. Are there any particular areas that you'd like me to focus on? We've got these cards here, and I'm going to show them to you. These are all my Victorian cards. And let's just take a couple of cards while you're on air and see exactly what it is that is coming through for you. So, Angela, is there a question that you would like me to answer for you here today?
Actually, I was wondering if there was anybody in spirit that's willing to come through.
Okay.
And if not, then I also have a question about a dream that I just had last night.
Oh, wow. A dream. Okay.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Well, let me just take you one of these cards. Let's fix you first of all, and let's see what is coming through. Right, okay. Well, you've got this card of justice that is here. Justice is where the truth is coming out, and this is the card that you've selected. So what I will say to you is that whatever the substance of your dream was, it brings through truthful elements where you can be guaranteed almost that something else will follow on from your dream. I feel that they were predictive because you've got this justice card, and that does mean that you've got something else that is really important that you're going to focus on. I do feel that there's a lady in spirit with you. I do want to go to the name of Sally. It's a very ancient name and one that's not used very often at the moment, but it's a pathway name. And what that means is that here on this earth, we've got our people around us, those that are family and those that we love and those that we choose to be with us as friends. But we've also got a soul family, a soul group as well, that connect to us on another dimension, in another format, in another way, yet to be discovered by many. But I feel that this is a guide that is with you. And because you have got justice and this lovely sense of feminine attributes at the moment, this is another indication that you're being helped and you're being directed here in your life at the moment. So there's open doors for you, and you will choose to go down some different pathways, some that you've never really tried before. So it's, I think this year, a time where you may well abandon some of your existing commitments to yourself in terms of your career, in terms of who, what, where, how, when you want to be. So it's certainly an opening door that is there physically and emotionally. So I think that you've got all of it that's going to come in as well, Angela. And I think it's very exciting too. So this is a lady that is a guide, not someone that you've lost in spirit. And I don't know what the name Sally means to you, but it will mean something in the very near future. Maybe it's a person that you're going to meet, or a person who is a mentor, somebody that comes in as a mentor. Do you draw and do you paint? Because I've got lots of different colours and artistry all around you. Maybe it's a hobby, maybe you like to collect art. What does that art mean to you?
I mean, I have in the past drawn, but I've never painted. No, not so much. Maybe in the future, maybe it will be, but no, not so much.
It's surrounding you, and I feel that is just a signpost, really, just to watch out for it, because when people come into your life and that's the area of their either expertise or, their hobbies, then that tells you these are the right people to be around. There's another lady, just watch for that. There's another lady here who I do feel is in spirit, is an ancestor of yours. This is somebody that had a very croaky voice. I can feel that this voice box here, or in this area, around the neck and the voice box, upper chest, not the heart, but upper chest, very much affected, I think, really, in her life, and she struggled with that. But she's coming through and wanting to give you a gift. There should have been a bigger gift left for you. And she's going to make that right. This is a message that I'm seeing here. What she's drawing here on the sand, I always image a beach, and this is where you're sitting. And what she's drawing there is like quite a big chest. It's like Pandora's box. You're going to open it, and in that melee of product that is in this chest, you will pull out some money. There's some money. There's also artifacts and some jewelry. It's a bit like a treasure chest. So I think that good things are being given to you, because when a gift is given from spirit, then it's also being given to you in real time, in a reality, where you are receiving benefits and good things, and they're just arriving and you don't know why. But this is the law of cause and effect, that you're a good person. When you're a good person, you do things for people, you help people, then it comes back in another way. But I do feel with you, Angela, that there was a sense of loss, that you lost something, really, with regard to a passing of a family member, that you didn't have, or you didn't get everything that you should have done. Does that make sense to you? Do you relate to that, Angela?
Yes, maybe. Do you know if this person has been passed for a long time or just recent? Because that will kind of help me to decipher who it might be.
Okay, I think this is quite recent. The initial of F for Freddie, is also being shown to me, so that might be a clue for you. But this is somebody who's passed recently, who's coming in dynamically to help you. Was this the person with the throat problem? Could she not speak?
The person with it actually wasn't her throat. I'm thinking it was more her chest. Like she had COPD, but her initial would be an E. Is that?
That would make sense because the F, it's like an E. Okay, all right. Well, the connection isn't that strong, but it is around the throat area, and COPD would mean that she would find it quite difficult, really, to breathe. Now, the family member that you wanted to connect with, who is a long time ago passing, did that lady also have a similar problem here?
Yes, that's who. It would be my grandmother, and she passed quite some time ago. Yes. Yeah. With the COPD, correct.
Okay. I think it's her. So the lady that went recently, I feel that, you know, we've skipped over her because this is more about an inheritance of a present, a gift that wanted to be given to you from Spirit, just to boost your life and to give you more opportunities. I've got 3 little girls as well that are here, that she's showing me at the moment. So do you have 3 little girls?
I have 3 boys.
Oh, you've got 3 boys. So who were the 3 girls? Were there 3 sisters? Did your grandmother have 2 sisters?
She, who I'm thinking of, which would be my stepmother, she has 3 girls, yes.
Okay, that's the 3 girls. So that's what she's wanting to sort of say to you.
That is a recent passing, yes.
That's what I felt. Okay, I think we've got both. We've got both because I keep wanting to go to my throat here. So we've got a gathering. We've got a gathering of spirit. We can't do anything about it. So let's try and separate the 2 so I can relay both of those messages, because I think they're both rushing now at me to say, it's me. Okay, so the lady with the initial of E, that's your grandmother?
I have a grandmother that has the initial A, yes. Her name is Arlene.
Okay, so we may possibly have 3 now. So there we are.
Yes, maybe. I have an Arlene, an Edna, and a Linda.
Okay, all right, Arlene. Arlene, I think, has just joined the party, so that's really quite nice.
Okay.
Isn't it? I think she's there too. So they all of my spirits here who've entered my room and want to share with you, they all want to give you a massive hug because you're so lovely and you've got such an abundant personality and attitude in life. So your 3 boys, one of them will produce 3 girls. So you will have 3 girls as 3 granddaughters. Now that's what's coming in. But we know the 3 girls as well are in spirit. So we've got that connection. But remember what I've said, that this is your soul family. And it's also blood family. So you're going to get lots of abundant sort of help and a positive way forward. And I think it is all about collecting that emotional evidence and being able to feel as though you're being helped, not just here, but from the other side, as it were, and that, you know, these individuals still operate on a level of their own soul growth, and you will eventually join them. But they're watching and shaping and maneuvering the way forward. Now, your dream last night. We do have justice, don't we? And justice is, making that dream come true as well, but also feeling as though you've got those psychic powers that are coming through. So just tell me a little snippet about your dream, and let's see whether we can connect it to Arlene, Edna, and Linda. Let's see what their take of it is. Let's have a go, shall we? So,
okay.
What was the main? What was the main thing?
So it was centered around an ex-boyfriend of mine from many, many years ago. And for some reason, and he himself is passed, but for some reason, we went to a cemetery where his mother was buried, and he was putting like photos of her around and just putting a coat over her head. So it was weird. I mean, it's a dream. So I wasn't really sure, but I have not had dreams with him in quite some time. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, when that happens, your subconscious is being connected to other spirits, other energies that are there that have known you or have been in contact with you. And this will be a snapshot of the past. So your subconscious is going back into the past to, really try and understand today, understand where you've been. And it's a very important type of dream, because when you have that connection here in spirit, that means that you are connected and that, he is trying to connect to you. So you're thinking about him because of that reason, that he's trying to get through to you. I think showing you memorials and churches and gravestones or funerals is always about ending one section of your life and starting a new one. And thank you for coming through on the show. We're closing now, but it's been a lovely chat, and thank you too to Linda, Edna and Arlene. So we've been gate crashed now in Angela's spiritual journey. So there we are. It's been lovely to speak to you all, and I will see you same time next week. I've been Eleanor Grace from London in the United Kingdom.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Judith Miller in Spirit with Judith Miller. Judith Miller. Live from miller-judith.com/Judith-Miller. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Judith Miller and Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi everyone. Good evening from Ireland, and good morning if you're in the other side of the world. My name is Judith Miller, and I'm joining you tonight, as always, with Spirit. So before I take any calls, I just wanted to say, a lot of people ask me, is it true we can heal ourselves? Is it true that we create our own karma? Is it true that we attract the wrong energy? And there's a lot of answers to that. But the one thing I would want to say that I would really love to share with everyone tonight is everything we do in life is through intention. If we work with our intention that we're going to look after ourselves, we're going to focus on our health and our body, and we believe we have the power to program our mind and go beyond that to heal, yes, we can. Absolutely, we can. I'm not a doctor, but I always keep your medicines with you. But I always have to say to you, we have the power to do anything we wish. When we say like attracts like, if we really are manifesting something and we're really wanting something to work, but all we can focus on is what we don't want to work, that's what we're going to get. That's what's going to come to us. Again, intention. It's through intention. You know, I always say to people, our mind is like it's an amazing tool. It's like this built-in computer that we have, and we are in control of the programming of that. So never be afraid to think positive, to think, I'm going to achieve this, I'm going to do this. Because when you are confident and you trust that you've asked for that, you can do that. None of us was ever brought onto the earth to live a life of lack. We just weren't. It is ourselves and our mindset. Also with the circumstances around us that can affect us. But as we become older and we become adults ourselves, we have the ability to change that cycle. We have the ability to create the path that we want in front of us. I'm not going to say it's easy. We have to put the action to it. And yes, it can be hard, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible. I work with a team of 4 spiritual surgeons, and I was very humbled. I was blown away when I first connected with them, and they were able to help people and do healing in ways that the human mind tells us we can't, when we can. So the main thing of life is intention. Our intention as to whether we want to live a life of lack, a life of fear, because we are energy. And I always say energy, fear isn't energy. We are energy. So when we focus on fear, we are in fact building that energy of fear. Whereas when we push past the fear and trust that we are protected and trust that we are guided, we are. And that fear, give it love, and that fear goes away. Trust, it does work, and know that you have a spirit team around you at all times. So never be afraid to link into them. So let me see. Angela, we've got Angela in Houston, Texas. How are you, Angela?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Are you there? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So, Angela, it's lovely to meet you. I'm connecting with you this evening all the way from Ireland. And unfortunately, we don't have the beautiful weather that you will be having. But let me connect to the spirit world for you and see who's here.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. Okay. So I want to talk about a gentleman. There's a gentleman coming forward. And he talks about a father. He's first of all, he's explaining to me father figure. Okay, so I'm only purely passing exactly what he's telling me as he comes closer. He talks about left arm. Left arm? Yes.
Okay.
As he's coming forward, go ahead, please. What else would you like me to pass to Angela? Please, can I ask, sir, how you passed, or tell me, or let me feel how you passed, please. Okay, so Angela, I want to connect you with a gentleman in spirit, and he talks about an aneurysm.
About what?
An aneurysm.
Aneurysm? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
An aneurysm in his head. An aneurysm. He's saying to me, yeah. And I want to put this to Mum's side of the family tree. Okay, over to Mum's side of the family.
Okay.
The gentleman is making me aware he's connected to Mum's side. Okay. So I want to say he's just said to me he goes back 3 generations. Okay. He goes back 3 generations. So that would be a great grandfather kind of generation for you then. Because it'll be you, your parents, and then, yeah. So he goes back 3 generations, okay? And he is on Mum's side of the family. So anytime we get connections or we get messages from spirit, if we aren't sure, please don't dismiss, because usually it will become apparent as we go, or family and loved ones can usually help us fill in those missing spaces. So he is making me aware, hence he's Mum's side. Okay. Please. What do you mean? So I also want to say set traps. He's talking about set traps. Okay.
Traps.
Yeah, I'm seeing I'm seeing out in like woods. So I feel he
like what?
Woods, like forest. Sorry, it's my accent. So he's showing me like a forest, like all the different trees, and I feel he would have set traps. You know, like if he was like game, if he was going for game, or. But I also see him with like a rifle thing over, like a gun rifle over his arm, and he's walking through woods, but he's showing me like he's setting like traps in the ground. Go ahead, please. What else would you like to show me? He's trying to give him information of his life and information around him at the moment, Angela. Okay, please. What about skills, please? Okay. So, and what else? He's talking about skills out. He's changing the conversation now, and he's talking about skills out. And I feel I want to talk about like a high school prom. He's saying high school prom, and he's talking about a yearbook. Okay, high school prom. And is this for Angela, please, or is this for yourself, please? Because it's very important I can place this. Angela?
None of that resonates with me at all.
Okay. So please be open-minded, Angela, because although I'm talking to you, these messages could be for somebody within your family circle. Okay? Or they could be within your partner's family circle, but I feel it's Mum's family circle. It's very much Mum's family. He's correcting me as I said that. So although I'm chatting to you, at the moment the message is coming forward, he's making me aware of what he's wanting to bring forward, and he's talking about memories, okay? And I feel that some of the memories is connected to Mum, okay? And
Okay.
I want to say this gentleman is an uncle. I want to say an uncle to your mum. He's just confirmed he's an uncle to your mum. Okay, so the information that he's passing, whenever you talk to within family, they'll be able to understand the messages and the validations that he's been giving. Okay, so please can I ask you what's your message for Angela, please? It's very important that I can connect in for Angela. Okay. Angela, he talks about changes coming for you, and I want to say next month. There's changes coming for you next month, October. Okay. I'm asking him what his message is because I know he's coming forward and he's gave validations, and I understand at the moment you're not aware of the validations, but I'm quite confident when you ask within your family circle on mum's side, they'll be able to validate to connect you in with the uncle. Okay, so your uncle is saying to me, you have changes coming up in October. He's also talking about
Yes, I'm sorry.
Are you there?
Yes.
Okay. So did you hear your uncle is saying, your great uncle, it's not your uncle, it's your great uncle. He's telling me that you have, Angela, you have changes coming up in October. Okay.
Does he know to what extent? Like what kind of changes?
Well, I'll ask him for you. Please can. Okay. Okay, so as soon as you ask that, he's talking to me, and he's talking, first of all, he wanted to acknowledge a birthday also. But he's telling me relationship, okay? And I want to say relationship within family has been kind of strained. And there's better times to come, and I feel that there's closure coming. And I feel I want to talk about a sister. And I want to say that the changes coming is connected within your family circle, connections with you and your family. Okay. He's acknowledging the birthday also. And he's also acknowledging December, the month of December. He's telling me you're to trust what you already know. You trust what you already know, not what you're told. Do you understand, Angela? Trust what you know, not what you're told. Go ahead, please, but I have to finish up. But what else would you like me to pass? Okay, so there's news coming to you, but I feel it's going to be passed down the grapevine. And by the time you get the news, it's going to be like Chinese whispers. Starts with this conversation, then it's passed down and passed down and passed down. So that's why he's saying trust what you know, not what you hear. And I feel you're going to hear news that you might be upsetting, as in somebody maybe have said something or done something. Think first, because that's not necessarily what was said. And it's important you trust what you know, not what you hear. Okay, there's good news coming for you, Angela, so I'm going to leave it with you for that. And there is good news, and yeah, ask within your family, and you will find out from connections with mum and the uncle. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Okay, so we've got Connie. Let me see. Connie from California, San Diego. How are you, Connie?
Hi, how are you? Thank you for taking my call. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's lovely to connect with you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Connie, will we make a start and see who's here in the spirit world for you? Okay. Connie, do you understand I want to talk about mum?
Mm-hmm.
I'm being told mum.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, please. I feel Mum is in spirit, Connie.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Mum that's come forward for you. Okay.
Yes.
Please, can I ask what you would like me to pass to Connie for? Connie, you're a very upbeat person, very energetic, high vibrational person, but behind closed doors, there's sadness. Do you understand?
Yes.
Mum's saying that she's aware of that. She's aware of the sadness. You feel you don't want to burden people, so it's kind of you go put yourself on automatic pilot. But Mum's saying you have to think of you. Mum's saying stop and think of you. It's okay. You listen to everybody else's problems. You don't share yours. Not fully.
Yes.
You carry them a lot within, and it's okay to talk about how you feel. That's very important. So it's very important. Mum's talking about news. What do you mean? On the news. I want to say something about on the news. You like the on the news on the TV, please? Yes. She's just said there's something going to come up onto the news that's very relevant to you. How's that relevant to Connie, please? Can I ask, how's that relevant to Connie? Okay, Connie, I feel that you have went through I can only tell you what Mum's telling me, Connie, okay? Mum's very much saying, pay attention to the news. There's something going to come onto the news. And I feel it's going to connect you with a memory of within your memories, within your past, something you have been through. And I feel, how can I say that on the radio? Do you understand, Connie? Mum's talking about, let me see, physical. Mum's talking about physical. Do you understand, Connie? I feel that there's been physical altercations somewhere.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I know exactly what I'm writing it down, so that if you want to message me afterwards, I'll tell you the exact words, but I'm trying to watch my wording because I am on the radio, and I want to be careful. So it's very important that Mum is acknowledging that there's a situation or there's someone within where you are that's going to be coming up onto the news soon. Their story is going to be very, very like what you have been through, Connie, and there's lessons in that. She's saying watch, pay attention, because it's going to help you move from what's taken place. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Heavenly or earthly, please. Connie, are you? I also want to say I feel Mum has a sister in spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And she's making me aware that she is there too. Okay. I'm also being told about cancerous condition. I'm also being told about the month of June is relevant. And I also want to bring in the month of April. And I feel she's just said to me, hi, now, brown cow. So I feel either Mum would have said to you, or grandmother would have said to Mum about pronouncing her words, not lazy speech, but pronouncing her words. Do you understand?
Okay.
Not
really.
No. Ask within your family. The whole thing sometimes with spirit is what they bring forward is always relevant. It's always there. And it is connections to like your loved ones. It's just we might not be able to place that at the time.
Yes.
And it's not that what they bring forward is wrong. It's just we are hoping to hear something else or we just don't remember what they're bringing forward at this stage. But usually if you ask within your family connections, or, you know, give time, it usually comes apparent, okay? But Mum's message is very much about the news. It's to do with the news, and it's to do with a domestic. It's to do with domestic case, I want to say. But it's important, she says, to watch out for that. You have a beautiful energy, Connie, and you have a very big heart, but a lot of people take advantage of that. And I have to say, you'd be quite soft. Soft, but in a lovely way, you know, not in a bad way, in a lovely way. So what else, Mum, would you like me to pass to Connie? Okay. So Connie, also I want to talk about our confidence. I feel some of your confidence has been knocked. I feel other people have knocked. I want to say other people have knocked your confidence, Connie. So they have, and other people have made you forget your worth. You know, sometimes. Yeah. And Mum wants you to know it's important. You know your worth. You know you're important, and you know you're loved, and how you feel and the things that you want to do. That's okay. You know, we can't please other people all the time, but I feel Mum's coming in as a big cheerleader here, very much as a cheerleader, and she's rooting for you, and she's saying to you, she's saying you're special, and she loves you very much. Mum talks about Mum had rules when you were growing up. She talks about the rules, and she could be strict. And I also feel grandmother was strict with Mum. So do you understand, Mum was learning as she went. She was learning from what she had grew up in herself to how she felt she could change things. And I don't feel that she always had the control. Does that make sense, Connie?
Yes, it does.
I don't feel Mum always had the control. And I feel where Mum's concerned, there was somebody around her that would have drunk out of, I'm saying like a tin of beer. So I feel rather than pouring into a glass, I feel that there was somebody would have drank from the tins of beer. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I feel, do you understand, Mum's trying to say history repeats. History repeats and cycles repeat unless we break them cycles.
Yes.
And I feel what Mum's trying to do is Mum's trying to show me the areas in her life that she struggled with, and areas that affected her greatly. That she doesn't want those areas. She wants you to see the lessons. She wants you to know that you can break different, the cycles. We don't always, like, I know with my first child, I was learning as a parent. I was learning to be a parent as our child was growing up, and it's hard, and it's not, there's no book on it. But I feel Mum's trying to explain that it was hard for her. It was hard for her. She doesn't want to see you struggle. She doesn't want to see you struggle. Go ahead, please. Do you understand? She's talking. Okay. So I never need to understand the messages because they're not my messages. Can I ask you? She's talking about the trash can. She's calling it trash can, but I'm saying like a bin. So I think that's how you use the term, and maybe in America you use the trash can or the bins. But I feel something was thrown out that was sentimental.
Mm-hmm.
So she's making me aware that something was thrown out that was sentimental. She also talks about photographs. Oh, okay. So I'm a physical medium, Connie, and when I do my readings or I do my lives, I will always try and help loved ones physically interact with their loved ones by moving objects, holding hands. It's each person who experiences the physical. I don't have time on the show, but I do want to make you aware that this can be real, and you just have to trust. So we can work, our loved ones in the spirit world can work with us with, to do a port and transmuting and manifesting and all sorts. And whenever I have loved ones who have asked about a photograph, she's making me aware, she's telling me about photographs that you have. So I can't be here to do this with you, but I ask you to trust me. She's telling you to look in the photograph, and she's wearing like a white top. There's a photograph of Mum wearing a white top. Hold the photograph in your hand and ask Mum to come forward and trust, and she's going to change her expression on her face in the photograph, okay? 800% can be done, and 100% happens, but you have to believe, to trust. But I'm going to run out of time I'm not going to be able to do the photograph for you, but please know that Mum is trying to be a tower of strength to you. She's sending so much love, and she wants to physically show you she is there. So look for the photograph with Mum wearing a white top. She's short, kind of darkish, she's dark hair, and she's quite fine. She's quite well, she's a lovely figure in this photograph she's showing me. I think you must have the photograph, or somebody does. Put it in your hand, talk to Mum, and watch Mum's expression on her face.
Psychic Radio Network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Mystical Empowerment Time with Deb Bullion. Live from SpiritQuestSchool.org. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Mystical Empowerment Time on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Welcome. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Deb, coming from the sunny Gold Coast of Australia. Really looking forward to this evening's show, or depending on where you're at, it could be this morning's show. Really looking forward to working with, we're going to take a caller, as always, and see what we can do for them, what Spirit can do for our caller. And then we're going to do what I said we would do last week, which we ran out of time for, which is talk about the Akashic or Akashic records. So while we get ready for our caller, I thought I would explain a little bit about the Akashic or Akashic records. So they are, or used to be more commonly referred to back in the day, the Book of Life. And every single thing that has ever occurred on this planet is recorded in it. So all of our thoughts, our deeds, every situation, every circumstance, and it's not just for people, it's for land, buildings, property as well. There's so much information we can mine and collect to help people with their life through the Akashic Records. Edgar Cayce was a very famous reader who was able to help people with their health, understanding what had occurred in previous lives and how they impacted people health-wise. And these days, we tend to use them. I use them to help people understand their soul blueprint, which means, what is it that comes naturally to their soul? What are the amazing things that they have accomplished previously? And they're usually very inspiring readings. Sometimes I know one of my earliest clients, when I was doing these a few years back, was really at a dead end. She was stuck. She'd had an accident 3 years prior. She'd severely injured her back, couldn't go back to her line of work, and didn't really think she had the education to do much. And after learning about 2 lifetimes where she had been a very impressive business person in the past, she turned around everything. And she now owns 3 successful businesses. So what she needed to understand were what her skills were, her core skills, instead of being in the illusion of her limits in this lifetime. There are so many other things that we can do for those records, for those clients as well, through the Akashic Records. And I'll talk a little bit more about that coming up, including giving you some example cases that were just absolutely astounding to myself and to my clients. And they'll give you a little bit of an idea of how you could use these readings. But also, if you yourself are a psychic or a budding psychic or intuitive or medium, how you can also learn to do these readings to help your clients too. So we have Debbie in Layton, Utah. Ready? Are you there, Debbie?
Yes, I am.
Hi, how has your day been going?
My day's been great. How about yours?
Really, really well. Thanks so much. Now, would you prefer a psychic reading all about yourself and your present day and future coming up, or a mediumship reading to hear from somebody who's passed over?
I'm interested in love and future, but I'm open to anything.
Okay, beautiful. Sometimes our loved ones step in and actually help with these readings. So we'll see what happens. So I'm just tapping into your energy now, getting my team to connect. They're talking to me about a very busy household. Do you have a big family or a really busy household?
Kind of a big family.
It is a big family?
Yes.
Yeah, because that's what I was feeling. I was feeling like there's a lot that goes on around you. Okay. Let's just see what they want to talk about. Okay. Now, has your father-in-law passed?
Father-in-law? Mm-hmm. I'm not married right now. I'm recently divorced, but he had, yes.
Your ex-father-in-law. Okay. All righty.
Yes.
He says that he still holds you in really good stead, meaning he is a big supporter of yours. And he himself says he was sorry to see what happened there. And he hopes that it doesn't tarnish your memory of him. Does that make any sense?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Yeah. Let's just see if there's anything else, because I know I wanted to connect with you and what's happening. So let's see if that's what he's here for. So, sir, is there something that you... he says you have some very big dramatic changes coming up and all for the best.
Okay.
There's a change in in housing and work. So were you considering going back to a career?
No. That's
Okay.
not familiar.
He shows me, the reason I ask is he shows me like a large building with a big big parking lot around it. So I thought that might have been linked to career. So let me ask him for more detail of what he's talking about. Okay. So you just started seeing somebody, or you're just opening up to seeing somebody?
Working up to it.
Yeah, because he's trying to say there's going to be a wonderful relationship coming for you. Now, he says 1, 2, 3, so 3 months. 3 months, and he sees that you're going to start having your first tentative steps in getting back there into that type of world, accepting offers for, coffee and things like that, or get-togethers. And he said it won't take long. So he said, really, the first 3 months will be about you getting your confidence back to be exactly who you are, and that you yourself are absolutely wonderful. He just says it will be the first 3 months, getting used to it, taking it very slowly. And within 6 to 9 months, he calls